MMA fighting here at UFC 235 Media Day, speaking with Robbie Lawler, who takes on Ben Askren on the main card on Saturday. And Robbie, you just had your first face-off of the week with Ben. A little jokey there, maybe, I guess. What did you see?
I mean, just a guy who's coming in trying to kick my ass.
Did he pat you on the butt?
No, nothing like that.
Did he say anything to you up there?
Yeah, he's definitely said something to me, but it really doesn't matter because we're fighting.
Hey, fair enough. Well, I know it's been a long time for you. That knee injury that you suffered, correct me if I'm wrong, but was that your first major surgery type of injury that you've suffered in your career?
Yeah, it was my first injury, torn ACL, meniscus was torn, so they had to redo that and get it ready. Sanford Orthopedic did a great job. Dr. Reeves did a great job of getting me back, and Mike Barwis and his staff rehabbed me and got me where I need to be.
I'm obviously no professional athlete, but I've had several knee injuries as well. And for me, the tough part was always just learning to trust it again, learning to be able to support it again. Was that a process for you? Was I for just learning how to trust your knee again?
It wasn't. That wasn't really the process. The process was getting my neuro going so that my brain knew that all the muscles around it were stronger and those that weren't working needed to get firing so that they could fire correctly and in the correct pattern. So you have to use your glutes, you have to use your hamstrings, you have to use your calf. They all work in unison, and learning to use those correctly, and maybe they weren't even being used correctly in the first place. That's why I tore my ACL. So it was just relearning stuff and working hard and just grinding away.
How do you feel like it is now? Is it back to 100?
If 100 was what I was before, it's better than that.
Better?
Yeah. I'm stronger in my body. I mean, obviously I tore my ACL, so there was deficiencies somewhere, and I was able to work on them. Mike Barris and his team did a great job of getting my leg back and stronger than it's ever been before, and my whole body. So I did a great job of just showing up and working, but they just showed me what to do, and I learned as much as possible and just worked hard as hell.
Well, man, you're welcoming Ben Askren into the UFC. This is a guy who I think for a long time a lot of people have wondered how he would do here. When you look at this fight, you've been around the game for a long time. Is this anything new for you? Do you see anything new in Ben Askren that you haven't seen before?
Yeah, he's funky. He's does some stuff. I mean, I've seen guys sort of like him, wrestled with guys who kind of can emulate him, but everyone's different. Once you get in there, you have to figure it out. But, I mean, he's a wrestler, good scrambling, and I'll be ready.
How do you prepare for a guy like Ben who is so, like you said, unique in his specialization?
Obviously, I have really good coaches and training partners. Logan Storley did a great job of getting me ready. Greg Jones did a great job of getting me ready, and Kami. They just showed me what I need to do and put me in a lot of those situations and showed me what I need to do. And my strength and my flexibility is going to be key.
You know, he is undefeated, coming in as a champion of multiple organizations. Where do you feel like most people go wrong against Ben Askren?
I don't really pay much attention on where everyone else goes wrong. I'm just going to focus on how I go out there and go out there and try to whoop his butt.
Fair enough. It's been funny to watch the lead up to this because he's trash-talking everybody in the UFC, but he hasn't said really a word to you. It feels to me like you find him a little bit amusing. Is that correct?
I think a lot of people find him amusing. I mean, but I don't really pay too much attention to what everyone's saying because I'm too busy living my life trying to tie my shoes, put my clothes on correctly, and just try to get better. So I don't really pay much attention to what everyone else is saying.
You've been in this game now since 2001. Is this still fun for you?
Yeah, it's fun. I love competing. I love training. I mean, obviously, I don't like this type of stuff, but I like hanging out with my buddies. I love training, and I love sharing what I know with my training partners.
Is it surreal for you a little bit to just look around and I guess see how far this has come? I mean, you lived through the Spike era, the Fox era, and now all of a sudden we're on ESPN. Is this just surreal in a way for you to have gone through all of those steps and now see where the sport is?
I mean, obviously the sport's come a long ways, but I'm still the same person I was before. There's just more eyes watching. That's the real difference. I mean, I'm not going to change who I am because some cameras are in my face or whatever. I mean, it's great for the sport. Hopefully these fighters start to make more money what they deserve, and I think ESPN and all these sponsors are going to do a good job of getting these kids some money.
When you sit here and you're staring across, right down there is Diego Sanchez, another guy who has been around basically the exact same amount of time as you. Do you feel a sense of kinship with him just in a way of having gone through this journey and seeing someone who's still around like him?
Shit, I started in my first fight in the UFC was in 2002, so I don't know if there's anybody on this card or anybody still in the UFC that's been here that as long. And Jeremy Stevens, which was awesome. This is his 30th fight in the UFC. That's amazing. These guys are doing a lot of great stuff. It's awesome to watch, but I'm just chilling, worried about myself.
Last question. Have you reached a place where you're starting to think about the end? Like, is that even a thought that has entered your mind, or do you feel like you still have a long way to go in this?
I'm thinking about my next fight. That's it. What are you thinking about your end?
I'm not.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, but you're a professional.
Fair enough, man. Well, I appreciate the time. Good luck this weekend, brother.